Alright, that was painless. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are live and we are back in Riven, the sequel to Myst, and we have quite a bit to work through, so let me just look through my notes real quick before I show anything on stream, just to make sure I've got... Alright, so I guess the short version of how things went last time is I did end up having to look something up, because apparently closing a door opens a path, which I was very annoyed about, but in spite of that, plenty of progress made. Very happy to see how far we got along, and I'll be curious to see if we can get past whatever hurdle is currently in play. So to that end, the main thing that that's on my mind right now is that as I was looking around the island we're currently on, it looks like the guy that ran off with our prison book ended up taking one of the trams over to a different island. So, in theory, unless I'm able to somehow approach that island from a different direction, I'm wondering if I can call that pod back. If so, great. If not, well, I suppose time will tell, won't it? Still, I'll be very curious to see how things play out for this, so with that in mind, see what happens, right? Make sure everything's loaded up properly, because I'm going to have to alt-tab in and out a fair amount over the course of this stream, if only for the sake of taking notes, so we'll see how it plays out. So, go ahead and see what chat's up to, and then we'll go ahead and launch right into it. No sense wasting too much time on this. Hey Jay, thoughts on Nintendo not revealing the devs behind the game until it comes out? I've heard some grumbling about that. I can understand people being annoyed because they want to know everything about a game possible, and depending on who developed it could lead to certain expectations being made, so you could argue that Nintendo, should be saying that if it's marketable or not, but the fact that they're not saying it might lead to some concerns. But I don't know. I don't know enough about the circumstances surrounding that to say for certain. So when will Myst 3 be played? Eventually. Jay, did you hear the news about American icon Joey Chestnut? I have no idea who that is, so no. Alrighty. Here we are. Last time we jumped into this, we pushed this button, and it led us, what am I saying? To see this screen over here, where pulling on one of these brings down some sort of viewing screen. In this one's case, we have a few spots that, if I hit them, would occasionally have an effect on, well, it looks like this is moving in some kind of circle, so depending on which one of these I hit, you could end up having different effects in play. So, I don't know enough about that just yet to say what exactly the deal is there. But the more interesting one for me, at least as of right now, is the fact that if we look at this one, I believe we get a view of Catherine, the person we're supposed to rescue. So, I wonder what this is supposed to be facing. Because it looks like it's just staring out into a blank wall for now. Oh, hello. Oh! It's the water. Oh! It's that camera in the water. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we do have some measure of access to it. So I can point it in specific directions. Fascinating. I don't know if that necessarily yields anything of import, but... fascinating. Next question. And it doesn't look like I can rotate this one around, though. Good thing I clicked on here a little bit before continuing on, right? Alright then, so the first thing I want to try out this evening is to see what happens if I try and call the tram that guy used to get away from me. I don't know if it'll necessarily yield anything of import, but I want to try it anyway. So, it's not bringing things back, so I'm guessing it'll eventually withdraw. Because presumably it's going to stop and then possible to hail again, even if the guy will be long behind me. What else is Chapin up to? So, in response to Gilgamesh's question, I believe it's so devs aren't harassed. That is a possibility, but I don't know enough about Nintendo's modus operandi with respect to that topic. What else is Chapin up to? So, for what Rico brought up, he's been banned from this year's National Hot Dog Eating Contest. He's been held the record for the last 20 years. That explains why I don't know anything about that. That is something I am completely unfamiliar with. Alrighty, here. So, I believe we've seen to most of what we can over here. So, let's see where this particular path takes us. Relatively quick path looking at that. No wonder why I'm able to recall it, even if I presumably had tried almost immediately. I guess the next question is the way going to be barred for me? And I think that's a very important question I'll need to ask, isn't it? So, let's go ahead and find out real quick. Huh, you are gonna let me past. Alright, I'll play. I'll play ball. Huh, that took a long time in order to bring anything up. Hang on a minute. Is this the... Hold up. What is this? Oh. I wondered what relevance this would have. Okay. So, what happens if I raise it further? Oh, I'm in the tram. Oh, okay. So this gets us to a higher level. Fascinating. So what I was in was the elevator more so than anything else. Fascinating. Okay, cool. Huh, another one of those rotating spheres. This one I'm actually able to walk around. Oh, and there's the guy signaling. Presumably letting the villagers know to avoid my gaze, presumably. Now we're out of them. Just look around a little bit first before I go to the village proper. I guess that explains why I wasn't able to get over to that area before. Interesting. Okay, so this one, when it turns, is giving the symbols of the eyeballs. So, just to give some context, so these are the symbols of the eyeballs that we had before, while looking at these over here. So, this is what we pulled from the journal, and that's what's coming up on the screen right now, if I go back to the game. Fascinating. What all is this way as well? Okay, so that was where I came from. Is there anything more this route? No, it looks like that's just the viewport. I wonder what I'm supposed to glean from that. Well, whatever the case may be, I think next up we just head this way and... Oh, I see! The symbols are on the side. Okay, I'll have to check this... Okay, I'm gonna write a note down real quick. Let's see, let me just make sure that I'm on the right page for my notes. Probably looks weird to you right now. Alright. May as well show what I'm writing. Yeah, that'll do for now. Hopefully I remember what that means. Alright. Actually, before I go to the forest, I want to double back real quick and set something up. I'm just going to create a save. Resume. I want to make sure that I've hit this over here. Just to make sure, in case I need it, that this has been withdrawn. Just in case I need to get back here more expediently. What else chapping up to while I've been doing this? Thoughts on Kotaku? I don't care for them. They're blacklisted for most of the games industry for a reason. I don't keep too much close an eye on them, given that, well, one of their journalists was, okay, you're gonna close that up if I use that? Good to know. Honestly, Kotaku has been one of the main punching bags with respect to or journalistic standards within the video game industry for a very long time now. So, I am no fan of Kotaku. So, they make for a useful example in what not to do, but that's about all I would give them. Alright, so, what have we here? Another throne. Presumably, anyway. What does pulling on these do? But this one seems to raise us up. Is this one of the observatories? Now that's a view. Hello. Okay, so I guess this explains why I wasn't able to get up to that section, because I probably was intended to look at it from this perspective, huh? Most likely. Oh! That's why. So now that I've done that, I can head downstairs and actually explore in that direction now. Excellent. We're making progress, boys. Although, dumb question. Oh, right, no, it's not going to do much. It's just going to raise me back up. Crap. Okay, it's got stuck in an animation. How's all your nights doing then, chat? You all doing well? Been a busy day for me, but, well, that's something to look forward to tonight, if nothing else. So, alright, so that stays put. Thoughts on IGN and GameSpot? I mean, they're infested with game journalists, so I know that I made comments, especially when doing reactions, of don't make blanket statements about people. To some extent, I do that with game journalists. I think there's two game journalists that I'm more willing to give credit where it's due, because usually there is credit to give. Jason Schreier can sometimes do good reporting, although he certainly has his own social bias, given that he tends to be much more pro-union, and the fact that he, well, honestly, the thing I'm about to bring up has some degree of ambiguity depending on how charitable you are, because supposedly he was aware of some of the stuff that happened at Blizzard before it was reported. The question in my mind is that it isn't clear how much of it was, did he not report on it because he couldn't corroborate it, or did he report on it because then he could just make a book on it later after all of it came out? So, Jason Schreier, I'm a little iffy on, but... Hello? Huh? Who is that girl? What was that? I'll be very curious to see how they handle that in the remake. Huh. I'll be honest, that jump scared me a little bit. Alrighty, so that was the thing I was able to rotate earlier. So I need to get over there now that I've closed that up. So presumably I should be able to get over to it and get myself into trouble. So Jason Schreier is one of the ones who I'll give more attention than not, because he can do good reporting sometimes. The other one who I'll give a lot of credit is Eric Kane, because he tends to have a very different opinion from your standard game journalist and tends to be more on the money as a result. So, tends to be he can still be very opinionated, just in a different direction, but I find his perspective valuable because it's usually not the standard game journalist shtick. You can't die in Myst. I am well aware of that. I am aware that this game was more popular because it had no fail states, or at least no soft locking, even if there were, quote, bad endings. But at the same time, I'm sat here going, wait, there's a girl here, all of a sudden. What's going on here? Progress in a J stream? No way. How dare you, Lou? What's Chad been up to? I'm doing alright. So this coming from Regal. I was helping my neighbors move stuff again. Then I painted a room and then got Jimmy John's, but was disappointed that my sub was cold, not knowing they only do cold subs. C'est la vie. Hello. Painting can be fun though, so no idea what your thoughts on it are though. Alright, so in theory I should be able to get up there then, right? Now that I've closed this off. Let's find out. What else is Chapman up to? Ever seen The Princess Bride? You seem like a decent fellow. I hate to kill you. You seem like a decent fellow. I hate to die. Alright, now that I can step onto there, it looks like I'm allowed up. Excellent. So yes, I have seen The Princess Bride. It is hilarious. And infinitely quotable, as you would expect. Alright, so anything worth noting through here? Probably not. Who are you? A rebel or a Catherine? Not gonna give me anything to work with yet, huh? Although, if this is meant as a prison spot... Let's look around real quick before I make any rash judgment. Okay, so that'll allow me to get back up here. Cool. Presumably, if he's locked up in a place like this, then it's probably for the best if I let him out. Or her out. Hard to tell. I feel like I'm obsessively saving, but hey. I'm sure there will be no negative consequences to this. Already gone, huh? Wait, what? Alright, so that's the only thing I'm allowed to click on. Small indent in the wall here, but... I don't know if that necessarily means anything. Maybe I shouldn't have let that down. Still, suppose there's nothing for it, but seeing if I'm allowed to step through here, right? Looks too small to go in, though. Eh? Oh. Interesting. Now I'm intrigued. That's why you set that up. So that allows me to bring it back. But what exactly does that offer me? So if this was here... I'm not allowed to step forward anymore. Interesting. Alright, obsessively clicking doesn't seem to help. I'm not able to disable that over there, and I'm not allowed to get any closer. Is there another direction that I can approach for this? I'm not seeing any of the islands that were here before. Well, if they didn't want me able to go back, they wouldn't have put that there. I wonder who set this up. Was this a rebel or someone else? Interesting. Is it worth closing it back up? And the guy's gone. And I don't see any reason to keep it sealed then, given the circumstances. That in mind, so the locals are still keeping their distance from me, given the circumstances. I wonder if I can learn anything back at the village. Although, yeah, I'm gonna have to navigate back over there if I want the pod, but that's easy enough to manage, I suppose. Figured as much. Yeah, because the only thing I can interact with in this village is through here, right? And I've already seen to that. Yeah, looks like that's gonna be all for now. Well, looks like I'm not gonna get too much more out of this. I wonder where I'm supposed to go, quote-unquote, then. We're able to get up there. Now I can get back that way if I so desire. Looks like I should be able to extend that, but I'd probably need... Yeah, it looks like I should be able to extend that, but I suspect that I need to be on friendlier terms with this place for that to work. Either that, or I need to find a way to covertly sneak into this place. Which, I suppose is theoretically possible, but... I don't know how tenable it necessarily is the issue. Alright, so this just turns you around, right? Yep. Let's see. So, minecart's right here. Now that I've done that, wonder what kind of knock-on effect that'll have. Problem is, I don't have a good barometer for what I should be checking on next is the issue. So we have that girl who ran away. Oh, and this closed, sealed behind? Okay, looks like if I'm gonna want back that way, I'm gonna have to go around then, huh? Although, oh right, yeah, because I'd have to go through the top part, right? Yeah, makes sense, I suppose. And then this just leads back to the main area, right? Yes. Okay. One of these days I'm going to figure out what that does. Let's see. We've got those creatures over there. I don't believe there's too much that I can see to in this direction as of right now. Let's see. So the only thing of interest over here was one of the eyeballs, right? Yes. Hmm. So presumably I'm not going to be able to get through this way, right? Because currently the... Yeah, because it's over there right now. So, if I wanted to get back over to that other island... I'm trying to think. What makes the most sense to work on right now? If I can. So, let me just think through what I haven't. Well... So that just leads back that way. I doubt there would be all that much different over at the mine area. So let's see. We've got the observatory that I haven't checked out much at all yet. And taking the minecart back would be the most direct way back. Though... What makes the most sense for that? Let's see, I could just walk back. Well, I can get back to this well, I can get back over to up there without too much trouble now. So I'm wondering if it makes sense to double back then, see if I can learn anything. Though, what makes the most sense from here? At least we've got this now. Still trying to think as to whether there'd be realistically anything more associated with that. Who is that guy? Unless that was one of... Because honestly, my best guess is that it's one of the rebels, but... I wonder if it's worth doubling back because it's got a view of the ocean. So I'm wondering if it's worth doubling back on that basis. Am I allowed to head back down? If I am, it's not obvious as to how I am allowed back down. I haven't just inadvertently lost access to... Unless it's somehow possible to call the pod from one of these spots. Is it? And it doesn't look it. I'd be surprised if that were the case. Sorry, this is a lot of images flashing all at once. Did I put an epilepsy warning on this, maybe? What makes the most sense here? Alright. I think what I'll do next is... Doesn't look like I can go that way anymore. So... Let's double check through here one last time. Just to make sure that I am correct and that there's nothing else to worry about. Alright, so that just leads back. Wonder what the purpose of putting one of those lanterns here would be, though. Oh, hey, another one. Oh. Is this just continuing to light the path? Yeah, it looks it. But is there something specific I get from lighting the whole pathway? Good thing I double checked. So what do these symbols mean? So we've got multiple of them strewn about. Okay, this is definitely associated with the rebellion. That symbol is proof of that. So... what exactly do I get by moving these symbols around? Is there a specific ordering that I have to do? And if so, where do I find that ordering? I mean, I could just hit all of them and see what happens, but I get the feeling that I need to be more specific than that. Oh, did they all just move? Yes, they all just moved. Okay, so there's a specific set of 5 I need to hit in order to press ahead by the looks of it. So, the question is, which 5? And how would I learn this? Alright, let me double check my notes real quick. Okay. Is there anything specific? Let's see. So there didn't seem to be anything directly correlated. It doesn't make sense to me to just... hang on, are there repeating symbols at all? No, it doesn't look like there's any repeats. Not allowed to look up. I wonder if there's something to the fact that, well... I wonder how I'm supposed to learn these. Because it would make sense to me that there would have to be specific ones we could press. In order to forge ahead. But... I wonder which one it's supposed to be. Because we haven't been given all that much information as to which one it should be. So how many have I lowered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I lower another one, in theory they'll all move back, right? Yes. Is there any hint along the way that might tell me what I'm supposed to do? Because I feel that I should be able to... well, Is there anything in the journal... well, is there anything in Actress's journal that might be able to tell me something? Now, it doesn't look it. There was basically nothing but exposition in that. So, it's unlikely that Actress's journal would have anything. I wonder what symbology would... Well, I'm trying to think of what symbology would be of interest to the people here. What would make the most sense? So we've got one of those creatures. We've got something over here. Huh. Interesting. In a worst case scenario, I suppose I could try and double back over to... I wonder if there's anything, well, any insight within... I think that is what I'm supposed to be figuring out before too long. But I suspect that I don't have all the answers I need in order to progress with that right now. So, what I think we're going to do is we're going to head it back... Well, we're going to take the minecart back over to this area. And we're going to check by the laboratory and see if we can find anything. Let's see. So, alright, I'm going to break the video component by checking on chat. Let's see. Alright, so Regal was continuing to talk about his day. Have I seen the drawing in Discord? Yes, I have, Lou. Let's see. Jay should play the only console... Well, the only console-only Fallout, i.e. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, for the PS2. I don't know why I would at this point. Here's a long play for it. I'll have to check that out at some point. How do we get heresy from me? It's heresy. You're not getting it from me. Stop asking. Let's see. And Jay can't fight his way out of a cardboard box? Yeah. Is that meant to be find or fight? Given this game, could be either one, I suppose. So... What else is chat been up to? I'm gonna ruin the video again. 20k for heresy? No. Heresy is heresy. Let's see, what else is chat been up to? Although, I wonder if I can get anything of interest from lowering the trap here. Although it looks like it has been lowered for a while, so if I was gonna get something. This will be an eternity. Time for Stone ASMR? Oh, come on. It ain't that bad. Yet. A frog. So we can eventually get something from that trap. Let's see, let me write that down real quick. Alright, one last word. I wonder if I'm supposed to base my... Well, I wonder what... Random thought. Is there a... Well, all of those all of those symbols seem to be some kind of creature. Alright, looks like the symbols are all the same except for one gold one. That looks to be a keyhole or some sort of viewport, perhaps. So, is there anything through here that might elucidate? Just to double check. Did I actually open this now that I think of it? Huh. A destroyed linking book. Presumably, anyway. Am I allowed to flip the page at all? No, that just closes it. Interesting. So that must be a furnace of some stripe. Am I allowed to keep it open? No, it'll close. Interesting. So let's look around for any sort of symbology. Another Interesting, another one of those symbols. Let me write this down. Alright then. So, we've got... Not sure what those numbers mean, though. Okay, so this was my entrance into the lab. There's a variety of eggs. I've all categorized. Look to be preserves jars. So I guess then he must have been gathering the frogs himself for the sake of either preserving them for some other use, perhaps. This looks like it's going to boil that water, right? Oh, interesting. It's not boiling it. Is this meant to create that pseudo pocket? Yeah, it looks like it. Must be operating by the same principle. The bacterium that he mentioned earlier that responds negatively to heat. That must just be an experiment testing that aspect. And here are his attempts to work on a Myst linking book, I believe. Don't have anything we can put over there right now. So there isn't any specific paraphernalia. So I guess then, let me write down real quick what I have in mind. Okay, let me think. What kind of animals have we seen? So we've seen a frog, the plesiosaur over on the shoreline, as well as that giant fish thing. So... I guess the question then becomes... Well... Yeah, I didn't think it let me up here just yet. Fascinating. It looks like I'm still a ways away from seeing to that, although it looks like there might be a tram I could take over there. If I approach from the correct direction, maybe. Probably my best bet if I want to make forward progress in that direction. Trying to remember, which direction did I go to take the tram over to that other island. I believe... Oh yeah, it was going through that door, right? May as well do a full circuit, right? See what we can figure out along the way. Will not allow me to get over to that observatory. Maybe? Well, if nothing else, it'll give me a chance to look back over what I had seen for what's it? To give me a chance to get a better look at that fish creature. Because I should be able to bring it up, even from just randomly hitting a bunch of stuff. So if I can do that, then in theory, I should be able to get at least 3 of the symbols down. I just need to find a 4th creature, presumably. Or a 5th for, well, maybe I have to find 5 to be fair. That's what's most likely the case, but still. I'll be curious to see how it ends up working out. And while I'm here, I may as well double check over by the other sphere real quick. See what I can learn from that. Yes, I know I've been ignoring chat, but still. I'm a man on a mission right now. I'll look at chat when I'm not so focused. Just a reminder, we can look down there for more. Another pathway. Got those symbols over there. Okay, so we have this again. I haven't noticed any tangible effect on the island, or the islands, as far as this is concerned. Although, let's see, the one I clicked was for the observatory. Maybe if I hit the larger island, maybe something will change. Unlikely, but still. May as well mess with this while I'm waiting. What's I've been up to? I wonder if Jay would play an Ace Attorney when Ace Attorney Investigations collection comes out. Soon all the Ace Attorney's games besides the crossover with Professor Layton will be playable on modern consoles. At some point it might be worth checking them out, although the thing I'm going to keep saying until it's properly hammered home is eventually. Eventually I will find time for everything. Eventually. It's just a matter of what the priorities are in the given moment. Knowing my luck, it'll be a long time before I would, quote, need to look at them, but I suppose we'll see. So this one looks like it has a different symbol for the gold one. That one's just purely straight. Well, just straight horizontal. I wonder if that means anything. It looks like this isn't pointed in quite the right direction to take a look at it, so that must be why it confused me before. I wonder if it's possible to fix that somehow. Maybe? Probably is, but I don't think I can do too much with that just yet. Unless somehow I can find it by looking through all this. Which is unlikely, to be fair. This is where the village is, presumably. Makes you wonder how much work they put into all these visuals. How they managed to get them all to work on 97 tech. Well, only so much that can be done here then. I think my best bet would probably be to double back over to that main island then. Let's see, so we got Frog, the fish thing, and the plesiosaur. I'm trying to think if we've seen any other creatures besides that. I mean, we've seen birds and bugs maybe, but unless that giant alligator head thing is supposed to be one of the clues, which, to be fair, Not outside the realm of possibility. Not outside the realm of possibility at all. Unlikely? Yes. Possible? Very. Alright, so let's go mess with those symbols again. I'll have to pull this again to bring it up. Okay. Off we go. So let me just get a good mental image of the giant fish thing. Although I wonder if anything is any different now that I've messed around with all this. Possibly? Possibly. Alrighty. Actually, was there anything I missed through here real quick? Yeah, it doesn't look it. Okay, cool. So, let's bring this back up. Now it is this that I need to mess with, right? Just bring up the symbols real quick. Alright, they got me a noise. Oh, there we are. Okay, I'm gonna try and get a quick sketch of it. Let's see. So, okay, about that shape. Alright, excuse me for a minute. I'm just gonna... Yeah, that should be a rough enough shape. Okay, now that I have that, I believe I have all I need. At least for the fish thing. Okay. See if I can go without showing that particular note. That's a very rough... Well, that is basically just a couple of lines. Oh, man. Okay. Actually, is there anything different about Catherine? May as well check that while I'm here. Doesn't look it. It can't be that rough. There is my picture of the fish. Oh, and of course the moment I hit it. Alright, so it looks like nothing's changed about where Catherine is. And we've got this that rotates around. Interesting that it only rotates one direction. Wonder if that's just a technical limitation. Most likely, anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back over to that other location now. Looks like a warp dish head for a cartoon character from Cartoon Network. See? Exactly. Rough. I know what it means, that's all that matters. Show that without any context to someone, eh? Actually, now that I've said that, one of you might try that. Okay. Let's head back on over. Since I don't see a reason to go upstairs... Oh, shoot, that's not the thing I'm supposed to press, isn't it, right? Yep, I suck. Well, at least they made that animation. Evil emoji... Oh, jeez. Yep, Lou's gonna try something. Well, nice knowing you, boys. To be fair, making a statement like that, I am basically asking for it. So, will reverse psychology take hold? Probably not. Alrighty. Alrighty. Here we are once again. It's always such a pleasure. What a good run. Let's see, is it worth trying to get an image of this as well? Yeah, maybe. Depends on which direction it's facing, I suppose. I'm able to look at it from the side, and it doesn't look it. Well, let me get a rough sketch of this too. Let's see. Oh, that is gonna be rough, holy crap. Let's try that again. Well, it doesn't need to be pretty anyway. Let's see. Okay, then we've got those spikes on the side as well. No, I'm definitely not showing this page. Ow. What the hell is this? And we got the eyes on the side. Yeah, not the worst sketch I've done, but that is definitely a very rough sketch. Alright, let's go head over to that spot again and see what we find. No, I'm not showing you. Here, I'm even gonna close that page so you can't see it. Aha. The world will never know unless I accidentally click to it. Okay, so... So now that I'm here, take a look around at the symbols. So we've got the plesiosaur that we saw out there. That doesn't look right. That ain't it. Nope. That's supposed to be a frog? Probably not. That looks like it's... Oh, right, I've already hit the plesiosaur, apparently. That's probably the closest that we can get to the fish. Let me pull up my notes, even if I don't show you them. Oh yeah, the frog. So, which one looks most like a frog? Probably that one, honestly. Actually, the beetle might not be a bad option as well, if I'm trying to guess stuff. Might be worth a try on the beetle, given how commonly that appears within, well, at least some of the designs anyway. I'm just not sure what makes sense for the last creep. I'm trying to remember if I had seen a toucan of sorts. Drawing a blank. Unless that's supposed to be an observatory. It's possible. Yeah, I don't think that was correct. Yeah, it wasn't correct. You know what? Now I'm curious. What's up? Can this wait?
Found out how we remove these.
Is this really the time for it?
Just something I noticed now.
Interesting. Seems that they're suggesting that I head straight back, actually. Hang on. Hang on, how am I supposed to get there? Ah, shit, I accidentally closed. Okay, it looks like I'm on the complete wrong track looking at this. Hang on. There's something I missed earlier. Yeah, I know, I've been pretty quiet. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what it's supposed to do. Hmm. Seems like the next objective is to head into Temple Island, but... Hmm. Interesting. I'm trying to think of how I even get there, though. That's what I'm drawing a blank on. Because it looks like I don't have all the information I need for this one. That seems to be what I'm being told as of right now. Hmm. Ah. That's not a very useful layout. Well, only one way to find out, I suppose. Let's see, fastest way to get back there is probably via minecart, given where I am right now. So, go ahead and... So if I'm supposed to get into the dome next, according to what I'm seeing, let's get over to the dome. Wonder if there will be a game where Jared needs to go to get a board and, well, tack a bunch of papers on it like the meme. You should have seen how much conspiracy mongering I did when I played Three Houses. Oh, man. Okay. Well, whatever the case may be. Just trying to understand what the heck I'm supposed to do at this point. Well, nothing for it. Now I'm wondering, well, with respect to the Three Houses comments, let me put it this way. I found it conspicuous that not the whole story was clearly not being told to us. That's probably the best way I can put it right now. Without going into too much detail or giving spoilers. Hang on a minute. Is this powered somehow? unlikely, but what if I redirected the flow elsewhere? What's it currently directed at? Wait, how long has this been here? Another one of these, huh? Okay, so... Give me a second. Okay. I need to write down these rotating spheres things. Alright, so which one is it that's gold? Alright, that one. Let me see it again just to make sure. Yes, okay. So there will be 3 that I need to worry about eventually. For now, at least. Okay, so that must be how I get to that viewport. Alright, fair enough. Less complicated than I expected. Okay, so anyway. Let's see, there's that. Well... I wonder what that did. Alright, this should lead back out to the... Yep. Okay, what am I supposed to do to lower this? Is there something I forgot to pull early on? Hang on. I am very confused as to what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so... There's something I missed over on the initial island. What's Chap been up to? Can't believe part 16 of Xenoblade Chronicles was 2 years ago? Yeah, that's been a while, hasn't it? Let's see... What am I doing? Okay. There's something that I missed far earlier in this. That's not helpful. Okay, yeah, that's not helping. Number. Okay, what the hell am I missing? Okay. Real quick, let's just make sure I've got a better grasp on this. Okay, let me just confirm what I have written. Problem is, I don't know where I'm supposed to put those. Okay. You know what? I've already this far committed, so I may as well go the extra step and just retrace my steps until I eventually figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do, right? That looks like it's supposed to be working. See, there's that wire coming from somewhere. So... it feels like I've missed something important. As I was exploring. The one detriment of doing this as, well, working on this weekly instead of treating this as a Let's Play that I play every other day or so. So we're gonna head back to the starting island. Although I suppose if I wanted to head back to the starting island, I might have better luck just backtracking directly, but... Well, we'll keep looking around. Eventually we'll figure out what we're looking for. So, as far as I can tell, it should be lowering a bridge in order to let me into that dome. Problem is, it seems that something is going awry. Potentially because of something that I just didn't click or forgot, either forgot to click or didn't know I needed to click. That seems to be the impression I'm getting, based on what I'm reading. So I guess the question then becomes, is there something on the original island that I just missed? If so, what? So we're gonna double back, we're gonna follow this walkthrough that I pulled up, and we're gonna see what exactly I've been missing. Because I feel like there's some sort of disconnect here, and I don't know if it's me or if it's the game. Could be both for all I know. Let's see. Felt like I was making a lot of progress earlier, and then it feels like it just stalled out. Alright, so we got another one of those observatories, or perhaps the same observatory over there. Okay, so let's walk through this. Hang on a sec, did I actually miss something? Huh. Excuse me for a second. That's the earliest? I'm curious about something. Alright, can I skip ahead on cutscenes at all? Yes. Huh. Interesting. Doesn't look like that necessarily tells me anything. But still, fascinating. Alright, let's go back to where we were before. Huh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why didn't I think of that? The gate's so... Oh my... Why did I not think of that? I'm thinking, oh, there's an inventory of sorts here, right? Clearly that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to go find a key. But look at this! Huh. Okay. Interesting. So presumably, if I keep messing with what's up there... Oh my god. So presumably then, if I'm on the correct position, perhaps there's something I can garner by going down that route instead. Yeah, because this looks like it's the same view, right? God. This was tucked away hidden here the entire damn time? Oh my god. Also, what's that lever do? Alright, now apparently... So, there was also a bridge that I could potentially gain access to, so let's hit this a couple times so I can get access to that, presumably. The heck is this? Why did I not think of that? I'm gonna be kicking myself over that for a long time, boys. My gosh. Okay, so. Alright, looking at this, I probably need to flip the switch one more time then? According to what's being said? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Unless I needed to flip something specific in order to raise that gate. Is there something I missed? Yeah, it looks like there's... should be some way to... let's see. Hang on. Let's see. I wonder. What do we see when we're in here right now? Looks like there should be a way to open that. Hang on. Okay. Which on your... Did I forget to hit that switch or something? Well, let's keep messing with it and eventually something will make sense, right? Eventually. Oh. Hang on. Oh, this is just to another door. Oh, hang on. Fine, don't let me move the camera while things are moving. This could be a problem. Probably should have checked the door behind me before I hit this one. Alright, so this just leads back into here. Doesn't help me a whole lot, though. Okay. Well, it looks like that is the switch I was meant to hit. At least one of them. Still. Ah. This leads back out. So presumably then, I think... if I rotate this a couple more times, I should be able to gain access to the bridge now. If I'm wrong, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I mean, to be fair, I haven't been sure this whole time, but still. Bizarre. I'm not sure how you would have figured this out on your own. To be fair, once that you get started, I suppose, it's more tenable, but... ugh. Okay, so here's one of the big domes, and I think that over there is something I'll need to eventually hit. And that lowers the bridge. Wow. That's what I needed to do in order to lower the bridge. Wow. This whole thing is just pure luck and stupidity. It's certainly been an experience. Granted that. Alright, so now that I'm able to access the damn thing, theory, should be possible to egress elsewhere, hopefully. So, no wonder why I was having trouble. And then it looks like the rest of this. Okay, cool. So now that I've flipped those, I shouldn't run into any more interference as far as where I want to go and what I wish to see to. At least so far as I can tell. I'll make a save. Oh, no, do not lose your progress. Why do you always default to that one? Resume. Alrighty then. Real quick. Alright, cool. Just wanted to check on something. Alright, let's go. So, now that I'm able to approach from that direction, in theory, we'll be okay. If you had started anew, I would have never let that go. To be fair, it wouldn't have taken me that long to get back to where I was. Well, depending on what I had gone back to, as I had a relatively recent save. But still, that would have definitely been annoying. I would not at all have blamed you for being annoyed at me for that one. Alright, now, let me look through this guide real quick to make sure that there's nothing else I missed. Okay, so, yep. Alright, so that's when I reached the laboratory. Alright, it looks like as far as the happy path, I've seen to everything that I realistically can. Or realistically need to. So, I just need to head back over this way. Okay, now we're back on track. So how's everybody's night? Oh, man. Let's see. Dr. J selling out our Gwen? Yeah. Imagine if the next solution to Jay's problem will be to wait 20 seconds. Given how things turned out in Myst, I would not put that, well, I would not put it past this game. Not at all. Okay. Dying of loud music? I'm assuming that's in response to how the night's going. Oh yeah, you said you were attending to a brother's birthday party, I think, Lou? Well, that could be fun depending on the circumstances, although, if you're making the time to watch me, clearly you're very engaged with what's going on. I'm not being a bad influence right now by by not saying something. Am I? To be fair, I don't know what your family's like, so... Still, If you need to spend time with your family, don't worry about me. The VOD will be here when you get back, after all. Although, you did say dying of loud music, so you're clearly very enthusiastic about what you're having to deal with. Now remind me. Oh yeah. So there was a button that I could snap. Huh? Hold up. What did that do? Why did it go golden? Okay. Hang on. I think I saw something about this. Hmm. It's not suggesting that I see to this yet, so this is likely something that'll be a concern later. It's fine, no one is around my age, too young to understand or too old and very knowledgeable in a subject where I just feel left out. Fair enough. Plus I'm just animating and watching streams. Fair enough. Alrighty. Now that I can actually get into this dang place. I feel like I'm making too many saves. Not able to quite connect to there, huh? Well. Hang on, what was that button? Wonder what that does. Well. Oh. Oh, this connects me right back over here. Alright, that'll save me some time. Ooh. Another one of these. Hang on. This is pretty much... Actually, this is a... Yeah, this is basically the same pattern that I saw in the book. Just with a little bit added in. Okay. Yeah, because just to give a bit of perspective, it's a bit of a different orientation, but interesting. So where am I supposed to go then? So we've got that extended. Huh. That did bring up something. Cool. Ooh. Interesting. So another way to approach from this angle. Cool. Presumably, I'm supposed to head back into... Actually, I saw a little bit ahead that things are about to get interesting, so here we go. Think? Hang on. Oh, there was more that I needed to see to at that area, wasn't it? Oh, man. Okay, hang on. Oh, jeez. There was more that I needed to grab from Plateau Isle from that other area, wasn't there? Oh, great. Interesting. So for each of those marbles, so it looks like there was something I needed to obtain. And now getting caught up on reading stuff when I should be focused on streaming. Okay. Let me just... Okay, so... Okay, so... From the direction I came from, which was over here. What'd this do? Let's see. Alright, so this just leads back into there. Not super useful for our purposes. But it seems like there should be another room I can access, but which direction am I supposed to access it from? Let's see. Which one? Okay, so from that direction, let me think. Okay, so this was a connective path over to the observatory. Well, one of the observatories anyway. Let's see. Ah, so this allows me back out here. Let's see if I get anything from clicking on it a couple more times. Alright, so that's the pathway that we had just come from, I believe. Hit it again. So that's just these back out. And if I hit it again. Alright, so that just leads back over here. Makes me wonder, though. Have I seen every route? Well, have I seen every opening in this direction? I'm trying to think of where I'm supposed to go. Eventually I'll figure out what I'm supposed to do, right? It seems that there's a specific way that they want me to go. At least that's my best guess. Just a matter of figuring out what that way is. Although now that this is receiving power. I wonder what this will end up being pertinent for. Alright, didn't like that, huh? I suppose you wouldn't. Although I'm curious. Alright, that's as far as that goes, huh? Still, I suppose that's all I can really do for that now. Okay, so it seems as if... Let's see. I'm trying to think. Which entrance do I need to take in order to get where I need to? So let's see. I'm pretty sure there's only 5 entrances and that I've seen to everything, though, right? In theory, anyway. Unless there's something down here. No, this just leads back elsewhere, right? Yeah, because this just leads through these in order to hit those. Hang on. Which bridge is that controlling? I'm trying to think of where that is relative to where I am right now, and I'm drawing a blank. I'm having trouble understanding what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I mean, that's been obvious for a while, I suspect, but... still... Something back this way that I missed? No, that doesn't look right. And not likely, anyway. Because I've seen to every possible permutation, right? Because we've got this entrance over here. So we've got 5 possible entrances right now. We've got 2 that hook back into there, 1 that allowed access for the pipe earlier, and then another one from the lower entrance, and then this one over here. I'm trying to think of where I'm supposed to look. Well, let's see if I can retrace the steps of the guide I pulled up. See if that helps at all. So step 1, we need to be able to approach from this direction. Alright, so that just leads down there, right? Let's see, so what view does this guy have? Or, okay, so that's what he's viewing. Well, hard to know how... Go through the rotating room and exit where you started. So if I'm exiting where I started, that then means that, in theory, we're approaching from that direction, right? Presumably that's just to get back to where I was, but... Okay, so then it's saying hit this. So I think then it's saying to hit this button 2 times. That's just going to lead me right back into the dome, though. That's what I'm having trouble understanding. I don't see how this helps me necessarily. Yeah, because this will just lead back into here. Alright, so that just leads back out there. Alright, this just controls the bridges. There's something else I missed in order to get to that central location. Would not at all surprise me if there was something I missed. Ugh. This is annoying. Okay, what did I miss? Let's see. Hang on. Wasn't there a... That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. Okay. Hang on. How do I get to that? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, so... Hang on. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Is that gonna act like a stairway then? That's. Wait. Why would they have two entrances? Oh my gosh. Why would they have two entrances to the same area if not giving you the ability to modify? Oh my god. That's not. Well, it's sort of intuitive, but it's sort of not intuitive. Okay. You're about to. I think you're about to understand what I've been trying to figure out for the last few minutes. So, effectively, what I was supposed to do is, with the bridge I had, there was, technically speaking, more than one way to enter that dome. However, for the sake of accessing other parts of the dome... Oh, sorry about that loud noise. Dropped something I'm fiddling with. In order to access other parts of the dome, say that area we're on, why wouldn't there be a way to flip a switch in order for us to get to a higher elevation? So, it's unintuitive in that it's on the opposite side and forces you to go through this rotating puzzle shtick. But now that I go over here, in theory, I walk up like a stairway and I'm able to go over here. Now, what I was supposed to do for this one and what I'll need to make a note of, actually, I may as well make a note of this right now. Just, let's see. Oh yeah, I may as well have this as what you had to look up. Let's see. Make sure you're... All right. All right, and yeah, there's no way I would have figured this next part out. So, what I was supposed to do for this section is simple. At least in theory. There are 2 points that I need to check out for this. On one of them, there are 5 or 6, I'm guessing 6, of the, well, of those little, what's it called? Of those little domes with the eyeballs on them. What I was supposed to do, in theory, was to map out where all of them are located, and then I was supposed to use that observatory looking out, well, I was supposed to use that seat looking out into the water to get a sense for what color they're supposed to be paired with in order to figure out what exactly I was supposed to do. Alternatively, I can just place them where they're supposed to go by looking things up, because holy crap, that would take for freaking ever. Even after I know what to do. So, I'm a cheat. I'm feeling very impatient. Alright. Now that I've done that, What's this do? Okay. Linking book in the spinning dome should now be active. Alright, resume. What linking book? Alright, well first, now that I've done that, I need to head back into the dome. I guess, you know what? I'm gonna pretend like I didn't read any further ahead. Let's poke around in that dome some more, see what I can learn. If you hadn't gotten the guide, you would have gotten here when I turned 60. Yeah, probably. You do the thing where you smash the cake to the birthday boy's face? Why would you waste good cake by doing that? Oh wow, we've been going for a while. I'll probably call it after this then. Okay. Alright, so that's a dead end. Will this somehow be... Oh, wait a minute. Linking book. This was the only linking book I found, right? Okay. What am I supposed to do then? Hang on, did I miss something? Oh, that's not the linking book. What is? Oh, another spinning dome. Hang on. Well, they can't walk outside the dome. Unless it's referring to a different catwalk. Is it referring to this one, maybe? I would never have found this on my own. Holy crap. Now I know I'm making too many saves. Alright, so it's gold when it's a pure circle, huh? Yeah, not quite right timing, huh? Too late. Oh, I got it. Nice. Huh. That's what they meant by a linking book, huh? Hmm. Go enter the code you found in the book in the laboratory. Huh. I guess that was meant to be some sort of Roman numeral, huh? Let me pull up that real quick. Okay, so what have we got? We've got... Problem is, I don't have a good idea as to what the numbers actually are. Hmm. So how do I get the... That's... Hmm. Oh, that's what the fish toy... Oh, that's what that toy was supposed to be for? That was just to help us learn... Okay, I'm writing that down as something I'm learning today, too. The trap toy in the lecture hut was supposed to teach us the meaning of the Roman numerals. Jeez. So, what's the actual code then? So let's see. Let me pull up the correct sheet again. Alright, so, based on what I have, I'm looking at, let's see, let me pull up this, so, oh, that's the wrong spot. I guess that technically works, but... Actually, no, this will end up showing up on the stream if I'm not careful. Let's put it over there. That'll do. Okay. Also, Dr. J Fortnite stream when? Never! Okay, so, what are the symbols? So we've got one that's 10. And then the numbers in between are the sum of two symbols, huh? And then if you want a specific... Oh, that's confusing. So 5 is the symbol for 1 rotated a quarter turn, 10 is the symbol for 2 rotated a... Oh my gosh, that's annoying. So effectively, if I'm uncertain as to what to do, I rotate the symbols? Okay, that's even more annoying. So it's supposed to be... Let me write this down. So the code for the dome then 10. And then... It's a combination. Numbers in between of this. Yeah, okay. Get that part. Okay. How would I have figured that out? Oh my gosh, that is needlessly complicated. Who came up with this? How am I supposed to figure this out? Okay, so what is the code supposed to be then? Holy crap. Alright. Someone care to explain to me how the hell I'm supposed to come up with this? Someone tell me how the hell I'm supposed to figure this out just from the fish game in that lecture hall / lecture hut. What the hell, game? Okay, enough of that. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so. Based on that, so. Yeah, we're definitely done after this. I'm gonna need a break. Just make sure that I've got it properly written down. Ah, shit, I chose a pencil instead of a pen. That'll make it look weird. Okay, so the symbols then to get in based on that are 10, 13, 16, 19, I think, and 20. Okay, now that we've got that. So, it looks like these are increments of 5, so in theory... There we go. Minecraft multiplayer stream when? That could be fun. Whoops. I guess that withdraws it, huh? And I'm gonna have to reopen it. Well, at least I've got the code written out now. Thankfully. How are you supposed to figure this out? My god, this is moon logic. This is what people refer to when they say moon logic. Holy crap. At least Myst was understandable. For the most part. Whoops. Can I rename it? What's up, brother?
Having a bit of trouble?
Can you tell me how I was supposed to figure this out? Look at these symbols. These are supposed to be numbers that are effectively the Roman numerals of this world, and there was something that I could have used in order to theoretically learn these, but... well... good luck with that, I guess. So... I'm about to hit a major story point, so I don't know. Actually, you usually don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, I'm actually about to hit a...
Alrighty.
Yeah, was setting up when I heard, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna run the dishwasher, by the way.
Cool.
So I can get...
Yep. Don't... Stream doesn't need to know that. Would you ever do YouTube shorts? I believe they've been hit with so much brain rot. I've been tempted to, every once in a while. The problem is that a lot of my content isn't necessarily geared towards YouTube shorts. It's just a matter of, well... I'm very bad at making highlight clips in general, because I like to keep as much in as possible. Because I'm always thinking, I don't want to necessarily leave out something interesting. So, YouTube Shorts and I wouldn't necessarily get along from a creative standpoint.
Although it would allow for people to view some of the favorite moments between some of our shenanigans.
Yeah, but still, since I do gaming-related stuff, I especially don't think it would work out so well. Either way.
The only thing I can see working from that would be like moments where you would be like, clip that.
Yeah,
like in a no scope or something, or maybe some epic shot.
All right, brother. I'm about to hit a story point, so you're just gonna circle this until I click go. Yes, you are. All right then. Shall we, boys? Oh, this is a good start. Interesting. Those must allow me to get back to specific islands, but... Oh! Ah. Here's our story point.
I apologize for the cage. I'm afraid this situation has often required of me a more primitive code of conduct than I might otherwise have chosen. I am Gen. I assume you've heard of me. Yes. Well, I suspect you have acquired some false information of who I am now. Not that my son would have lied to you about me. No, not Atris. It's just that, well, I'm sure he believes me to still be the depraved father I once was. Yes. I even tried to kill him once. God, if I had accomplished that, who knows what I would have become. A great father indeed, who tries to murder his own son. Thankfully, he trapped me on age 5, a prison of my own creation. No books, no precious inks, no ages to link to, nothing but my own foolish ambitions. That was 30 years ago. 30 years, 30 lifetimes, what does it matter? No sentence could be too harsh for the man I was. But I have changed. To be sure, the deeds of my past can never be completely atoned for, but my mission was an honorable one. I'm sorry, this is all a bit awkward. It's been a long time since I've attempted to persuade anyone of my intentions. Most of the people here have already made their minds up about me one way or another. I myself do not trust the words of most men, so I don't expect you to believe me. In the end, though, you may discover that I do have more than mere words to offer. Atris's choice of punishment has been hard on the people of Riven, and many have suffered because of it. The island has been steadily decaying for years, but according to my most recent measurements, it appears that the 5th age has entered its final days. Unless the villagers can be relocated soon, the island will collapse entirely and everyone will perish. It has taken me a long time to do it, but it appears that finally I'll be able to make some substantial amends to my past transgressions, especially in... Well, I'm afraid I've had some trouble with Catherine and the moiety. In any society, there will always be a small percentage of the population with rebellious tendencies. Before Catherine appeared, the moiety, as they call themselves, had been relatively harmless. I mean, the natives here are a fairly violent people by nature, but I'd almost come to accept their presence. It seemed inevitable under the circumstances. Upon Catherine's return, however, their violence intensified considerably. It seems she's become some sort of religious savior to them. And as far as I can tell, she's come to believe this herself. So I've had no alternative. I had to separate her from her people. I must admit, though, that my concerns were not entirely for her safety alone. The actions of Catherine and the moiety have put my own life at risk on numerous occasions. Consequently, the lives of all the people here. Therefore, I must ask you to refrain from any attempt to free her. Although I'm sure Atreus desires it. Indeed, he must desire it with all his heart. But he is completely unaware of her recent state. I know that you arrived in the Fifth Age with a book which was immediately stolen from you. Needless to say, its reacquisition is of interest to me, though my personal history with the moiety does not give me much hope for it. Still, there is a chance you might somehow manage to retrieve it. If you do, I would ask for the safety of all concerned that you bring it to me at your earliest opportunity. Again, to be honest, my reasons here are partly selfish. There is so much yet to be resolved between Atreus and myself, especially in light of what has become of Catherine. In any case, my immediate concern is the completion of the sanctuary I've long promised to all the islanders. In the meantime, as a token of my good intentions, I will allow you free access to my linking books, crude though they may be, and to the rest of the Fifth Age.
What's that book on the table, though?
As for the stolen linking book, we should probably not meet again until you've recovered it. I will know if you succeeded, and will await your return. Good luck with your search. I hope to see you back here shortly.
Alright, there we are. Alright. You're gonna let me move? Yes. Okay, so from this point I can pretty much access any one of the islands back at Riven that I so desire, looking at that. So, regardless of which one I choose to go to. So it looks like there should be... I've sworn that... Isn't there a fifth... Hang on. Is there one specifically that I can't... Okay, yeah, I can't reach all of them, looks like. Fascinating. Alrighty then. So... Wonder what they're expecting me to do next. So... Well, now that I am able to get into all of them, I suppose it's not that big of a deal. Still, interesting. Well, whatever the case may be, I think that makes sense to call it there as of right now. So, righty. Although, looking at this, there are alternate endings? Huh. Fire marble puzzle, huh? Oh boy, that sounds like it'll be fun. Wonder what the fire marble puzzle is. I don't want to know. Well, whatever the case it may be, there we are. Alrighty, either way. There we are. So, I guess then, for now, oh, I see. So, it looks like, oh, is that how I, well, I can worry about that later. I should stop looking ahead. Luckily, most of that's just gobbledygook for now. So, I don't know how interesting this was as a viewing experience. Probably should have saved this as Let's Play content, given how difficult it's been to parse through. Honestly, I should probably, if I do any of the other Myst games, I'll probably treat it as Let's Play content on this basis, but still, hopefully it was at least interesting to watch play out. For now, is there anything that I missed within chat that's worth addressing? So Lou continued to talk about his day. Yep. Are the rumors true that you use AI that replicates your voice? Okay, come on. I think what's causing the difference and why it sounds so, I guess, artificial to you is, I think the main reason is because I do probably so many retakes that it reaches the point of diminishing returns. I think that's what's going on, because you listen to a particular snippet, and if you know what to listen to, you can recognize the retake. And just with pretty much anything that I record for the review channel, I'm running through it 2, 3, well, usually 3 times at least. And as a result of that, I'm usually taking what I feel is the best take, and sometimes those match up with each other, and that's a consideration I make, but usually I'm focusing on, okay, this is the best take for the scenario. And then, if I have to do well, usually the only time I do retakes is when, okay, this is so egregious, I need to fix it. At which point, it becomes more obvious, and I probably should do larger chunks to try and make it at least, maybe do entire sentences instead of focusing on phrases, which would increase the amount of time required for audio recording and editing, but that might help. Might be worth considering for the next review I end up doing. So, I think that's what's causing it. If you want a better idea as to what it sounds like when it's all one-take wonders, or at least the majority of it is one-take wonders, just go look at the maddening mode video I did, first maddening mode video I did for Fire Emblem Engage. So, you end up with issues where, yeah, listening back to that, not my best audio recording, and that, because you just listen to my voice right now, the fact that my voice will just fail on me. Heck, I didn't worry about audio recording today for that reason. So, whatever the case may be. Anything else to worry about? Will you ever touch grass, presumably? I could go do it right now. I touched a bunch of grass while I was messing with the lawn this morning. Let's see what else in chat. Sent to jail again. Jay should be sent to jail again. Jay should be used to this by now. Yeah. He looks too real. I got goosebumps. Full motion video. That was the primary way that any sort of game with a major story component had actual actors and actual acting, was they would put somebody in front of a green screen, literally, and just have them interact with a few basic things. That was literally how they did pretty much everything. You look up a bunch of FMV games, and it's effectively its own style that you see very little of now, because most people rely on CG character models, but still, it was how a lot of acting was done back then. It's why Atris looks the way he does at the start of the game as well. Either way, I think that covers everything important. As far as the schedule for next week, we should be back to the usual routine. Let's see. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to attend the Golden Sun this upcoming Friday. So apart from that, there'll be the usual Let's Play content now that we're trying to get through Valkyria Chronicles 4 a little faster. So I'll wrap that up before too long. And then otherwise, should be in good shape to continue with this game next week. So, till then, let's see. Wonder if any other games do it now. You'll see an occasional game that does full FMV and let that be their entire gimmick, but it is something you typically see in indie stuff as a result. Still, interesting stuff. Regardless, that'll be all for me. So, next time we jump into this, we will get back in, get ourselves into all sorts of trouble, and hopefully we'll be able to barrel along without too much concern. I'll be very curious to see how everything ends up playing out for this one. Very curious indeed. For now, thank you all for stopping by. Yes, I know I should play Cuphead at some point, Lou. Eventually. I'm going to keep saying eventually until the point is made. That eventually will eventually come, but it is eventually. I've got way too much on my plate right now. Either way, thank you all for stopping by, and